5 Live. Two friends are executed in a broad daylight ambush on Sunday afternoon in Belize City. Life sentences for Rahim Budram and Kareem Egan Jr. for the murder of Shane Budram back in 2020. After 6 years without an official diplomatic representative, U.S. Ambassador Michelle Kwan presents her credentials at Belize House. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double P-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Friday and Saturday. That's right, 2 times the P-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with P-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, P-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's, celebrating 75 years of quality and savings.
Effortless memories with a Christmas loan from St. John's Credit Union Limited. Members can qualify for up to 3 times their monthly salary. Promotion runs from October 15th to December 15th. Call any of our St. John's Credit Union offices in Belize City, Belmopan, or Dangriga to book your appointment to make your dream Christmas a reality. St. John's Credit Union Limited. Safe savings, smart borrowing.
It's him. He hit me again. Oh my gosh. This time it was worse. He slammed my face in the wall and threatened to kill me. If you or someone you know is experiencing family violence, call 0800-A-WAY-OUT. Or you can text or WhatsApp to 672-9628.
It's that time of the year when all that stands between you and all of this is...
Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5.
Yeah. That's all it takes. Get your coupons at Channel 5 and Coney Drive and Channel 5's website. Then, starting Monday, December 5th, keep those phones close and tune into Channel 5 at 8 p.m. as we start our nightly giveaways until Friday, December 9th. Remember, when the phone rings, don't say
hello.
Say, give me 5.
And welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, December 5th. I am Sabrina Daly. Two men from southern Belize who were sitting in a parked vehicle in front of a house on Electric Avenue in Belize City became the targets of a youth on a bicycle who opened fire on them, killing them instantly. The victims are Cleon Smith Jr. of Placencia and Kendale Ramirez of St. Bite Village, Stan Creek. It is the kind of crime that leaves a neighborhood in fear. A broad daylight attack on unsuspecting victims with a volley of gunshots interrupting the quiet Sunday afternoon. News 5's Marian Ali has the details of the incident in the following report.
26-year-old Cleon Smith Jr. had just arrived in Belize City from Placencia, where he lived, and had just gone to see his 3-year-old son. But he reportedly got into an argument with the child's mother and was told he'd have to come back when the child was ready. It was when Smith returned and sat waiting in a parked vehicle that he and his friend Kendale Ramirez were shot dead. The Belize Police Department's Communications Director, ASP Fitzroy Yearwood, shared with reporters what they have gathered of the incident so far.
We know that he left the area and was called back to that area. And upon their arrival, they were ambushed in a red Kia SUV.
Reports are that the gunman rode on a bicycle onto Electric Avenue, unbeknown to Smith and his friend, and opened fire as he passed them. Smith's mom, Stephanie Budd, and his sister, Cleona Smith, told News 5 off camera today that the person who killed their loved one had to have been informed that he was outside waiting because he had only just arrived in the city and the vehicle he occupied was a rental.
My son he made it on the passenger side. First, when he got on the first time, he made it on the passenger side. When he got back the second time, he made it on the driver's side. So, make sense of the nonsense, miss. From the time this gunman called for the passenger side, because thinking that he was on the passenger side, that they were rental. That nothing my brother, that vehicle tint up that. Nobody know he in that. Who me know clear in that vehicle. That's why the young man get so much shot in his head, because of way they feel like that my son there on the side there.
This is a video clip of Kendale Ramirez that he shot just moments before he was slain in the same vehicle. Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams said the main suspects are the child's mother and her current boyfriend, and that police are going to interview them to determine if they had any involvement in the killings.
The boyfriend, who apparently was present at the first instance, left, and the baby daddy also left. From what I'm told, I'm not sure if it's correct, that the baby father was called back by the mother to go to the house, and as he did so, he was ambushed and killed. Now, I'm not going to make any assumption without any facts to support it, but there is a need for us to interview the baby mother more in-depthly to see if it is that she may have something to do with the killing of those two individuals, and likewise the current boyfriend that she has.
The grieving mother and sister of Cleon Smith said that he traveled to Belize City to appear in the magistrate's court today for a pending case.
The police department failed my brother and give him a charge of being a member of a gang. That's the reason why my brother have to up or down for Placencia to Belize. Only time he gonna Belize that when he go to court, he go to court this morning. That's why my brother come in yesterday.
ASP Yearwood informed that the police have put in measures to discourage retaliation.
We have officers that have been tasked with certain assignments, and while this is not believed to be of a gang nature, we cannot rule out that people are related to Mr. Smith.
The Smith and Budd families extend their sympathies to the family of Kendale Ramirez. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
As if the murder of Cleon Smith Jr. was not enough for his mother to endure, she showed us abrasions on her skin that she accuses a policeman at the crime scene of inflicting on her. Stephanie Budd told News 5 off camera that she had just arrived at the murder scene of her son on Sunday afternoon and needed to see if it was him inside the vehicle when she was flung to the street by an officer. But explained how it happened.
When I see the yellow tape, you don't know something really wrong. So, but my son, so I have to reach there for say, so I just gone close to the vehicle, and the man just had me down far back way. Why you got hurt like that? Yes, ma'am. This is what happened to me right there, and this is up on my next side of my foot here. Policeman just had me down far back way, in the drain. Like, I don't know, a human, like this, I know my picnic, I can't check pan out here now. Why you don't have to deal with me like that? And my daughter got to the station, then my daughter said the policeman apologized for what he do. But you don't apologize to me. You apologize to my daughter, and me you hurt.
A pair of Belize City residents convicted for the murder of 43-year-old Shane Boudram has been sentenced to life in prison. Raheem Boudram and Kareem Egan Jr. will not be eligible for parole until they have spent the next 37 years in jail. Earlier today, Justice Ricardo O'Neill Sancroft handed down lengthy prison terms after the men were found guilty of the deadly assault on Raheem's uncle, during which he was shot as many as 10 times. The incident followed a heated verbal exchange between Shane Boudram and his nephew at a residence near Berkeley Street back in February of 2020. Relying on testimonies provided by the Crown's primary witnesses, Justice Sancroft found them both guilty of Boudram's murder. The men have been sentenced to 40 years at the Belize Central Prison. However, their term on remand has been deducted from the overall bid. A wooden structure in Sand Hill Village, the scene of a triple homicide on November 17th, was reduced to rubbles over the weekend when it was reportedly set on fire. But was the alleged arson connected to the murders of Emerson Garcia, Charleston Jenkins, and Jareem Davis? That's what the Belize Police Department is investigating. According to Assistant Superintendent Fitzroy Yearwood, they are working closely with the National Fire Service to determine the cause of the fire.
For me to say that that is connected, it's I'd have to wait for the results from the fire department who are doing an investigation to prove whether it was arson or not. We know that on Friday, police had to go to a scene at mile 19 Sand Hill Village. The owner of that house that burnt is believed to be in the U.S. So until we get some form of clarity from the fire department, we will reserve to comment on that fire. No?
Sir, well, if indeed the department's investigation says it was an act of arson, how heart-wrenching would that be to the department, given that you guys did 2 walkthroughs in that community following that triple murder? And if indeed it's arson, it may be an act of, intimidation.
Well, if it's an act of intimidation, I'm certain that our investigators will be able to prove it. I can tell you that we have made every effort to make Sand Hill Village safe for the law-abiding citizens of that village. We have recently gotten a police vehicle to patrol also in that area. We have increased personnel, and we will continue to do our work with diligence.
The Ministry of Home Affairs and the Belize Police Department are closely monitoring developments in neighboring Central American countries with respect of serious crackdowns being carried out against gangs in El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala. There are concerns that gang members fleeing from severe measures being meted out by authorities in those countries may attempt to enter Belize illegally. This morning, Commissioner of Police Chester Williams shared his observation of what is taking place in the region and what the department plans to do in the event on an escalation of gang violence in Belize.
from what I have been seeing on the international news, particularly coming out of Central America, is that they are going to do this similar to what is being done in Salvador relating to the crackdown on gangs. I have heard likewise from a few counterparts in Guatemala that they are also contemplating the same. Certainly, Belize is right next door to Guatemala, not too far from Honduras, again next door through the maritime domain, and Salvador is just an hour away, likewise. And so, as a nation, we have to look at what is happening around us very seriously and make sure we put things in place that is not going to have these gang members who may want to flee those jurisdictions see us as a safe haven. And with that, I can say that we are monitoring our local gangs very closely, and as much as we are working with them through the multi-sectoral approach and the LIU, if it is that we should find that despite the efforts that we are doing through the multi-sectoral and the LIU, that the propensity for violence among these gang members do not decrease, then we will have to look at draconian measures as well. We're hoping that we don't have to get there, but as a department, as a country, the government have a responsibility to ensure it safeguard the masses, and we cannot allow ourselves to be held hostage or imprisoned by a few persons.
Coming up, Belize Police Department launches a Rethinking Police Management pilot project.
Hola. Disculpa por no llegar anoche. Lo siento. He estado hace tiempo con ganas de decirte algo. Últimamente estoy lidiando con mis problemas de salud mental.
I think if there was no stigma around mental health, I'd be more open about what I'm going through on the inside. And I don't know, maybe I'd find that other people in my life are actually going through the same thing.
Há alguns anos, comecei a contar para outras pessoas sobre minha ansiedade. Isso me ajudou a descobrir ótimas formas de como lidar com ela.
Soy muy sociable. Creo que si hablara sobre mis problemas de la salud mental, simplemente no lo creerían. Por eso no hablo de ello.
Me preocupa que si la gente se enterara de mi salud mental, pensarán que soy débil. Por eso me aislé. Pero creo que voy a cambiar esto.
It's time that we realize that we must work together to thrive. The world as we know it, the sky and below it. Could I never have more wonder? Yeah, with life and all you see and the climate's changing.
But hope is remaining.
And we can't ignore the future. It depends on you and me. One chance, all that we got. One voice, together we start. Take care, the world where we live. Permite a todos vivir. Tomamos la oportunidad para guardar la humanidad. And I must leave no one behind because we are. One climate, one Caribbean. One climate, one Caribbean.
It's that time of the year when all that stands between you and all of this is...
Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5.
That's all it takes. Get your coupons at Channel 5 and Coney Drive and Channel 5's website. Then, starting Monday, December 5th, keep those phones close and tune into Channel 5 at 8 p.m. as we start our nightly giveaways until Friday, December 9th. Remember, when the phone rings, don't say hello. Say, give me 5.
This morning at the Eastern Division Police Headquarters on Raccoon Street, the Ministry of Home Affairs and the brass of the Belize Police Department launched a pilot project that will be carried out over the next 6 months. It's called Rethinking Police Management, and it seeks to look closely at how the country is being kept watch over by the law enforcement agency. According to Compal Williams, the idea is that the men and women on the lower rungs of the organizational chart within the police department will be able to participate in the comprehensive assessment. The pilot project will also seek input from the public through surveys and other means of social engagement.
When you look at the whole concept of the rethinking police management, it is a system that has been put in place for the rank and file of the department to be able to do an assessment of how we are managing and policing the country. Yes, certainly the public would agree that there are certain things that we do as managers and as police officers that perhaps we can do differently. And so we're going to give the public and the lower rank police officers the opportunity to be able to do an assessment of how they believe we should be operating as a department. This has been done with a view to ensure that we have the best policy and that we administrate the department in the best way we can to be able to serve the public in the best manner. Over and over we do things when things occur. And the question is, are we always doing the right thing? We can now look at the things that we do and ask ourselves that question and now have an opportunity to answer the question. And whatever answers are given to the question, certainly there's going to be a team put together to do an assessment or to collate all the information that would be obtained and to get a quantitative figure in terms of persons who would respond to the different surveys, because a part of the process there is also going to be surveys done. And whatever results from those surveys that we obtain is going to be looked at and see how it can be inculcated into policing to make our job much better in serving the public.
Admittedly, the Belize Police Department has floundered where its public image is concerned. According to the top cop, notwithstanding the efforts of its public relations team, the department lacks a dedicated individual whose job is to establish, maintain, and improve a favorable relationship between the department and the public.
I think that we do a shabby job when it comes to public relations. It's not an indictment on Mr. Earwood and the team, because really they are not public relations. Their task is to serve as our intermediary with the media. we don't have a public relation officer per se, and I think it's time for us to be able to employ someone to do that for us. Secondly, again, it falls under public relations, but oftentimes we see all the negativity about the police on social media, and there is always no rebuttal from the police to give the public the police version. And so we want to be able to have that as well, where it's not to defend, but just to let the public see both sides, and then the public can make an assessment, having seen both sides in terms of who may be right and who may be wrong. And if we were to do that, the public would see on many instances that when we are being vilified, that we don't deserve it. And so, again, getting that done is important for us. In terms of our national crime fighting strategy, I think it's a very good strategy. Perhaps, yes, it might need a little bit of tweaking to make it more accommodating to some areas. But again, while we have a national crime fighting strategy, the different regional commanders do have the authority given to them by the national crime fighting strategy to develop their own local strategy, because we can't expect to put in place a strategy that's going to fit all.
The year is winding down, but the high season for the tourism sector is in full swing. Earlier today, News 5 caught up with Nicole Solano, CEO in the Ministry of Tourism and Diaspora Relations. And we asked for an update on the tourism figures for 2022. As we all know, travel restrictions were lifted earlier this year, and there has been a rebound in the industry. And the good news, according to CEO Solano, is that the industry is no longer in recovery, and so far, tourism arrivals are at 85% of the 2019 figures.
We're very excited to report that we have in 2022 approximately 85% recovery versus 2019 so far. We expect that 2023 will be an even better year. We see travel returning and we see the rebound. So for us, we're no longer necessarily in that tourism recovery mode. We feel like we're at the point where we have rebounded, but we have to look at where are we going now over the next 5 years, 5 to 10 year period. How are we going to elevate tourism? How are we going to look at what it is that's needed so that we can take our service to the next level? Because our tourism service is really what the hospitality, and that's what people come. They want service excellence. So how can we prepare our tourism service providers to take the level to the next?
During COVID, a number of hotels shuttered, and with the virtual collapse of the industry, thousands of persons lost their jobs while others survived, but on reduced staff. CEO Nicole Solano says that while some properties have returned, the employees have not, and so there is a demand for human resources.
We have seen the return of the majority of the tourism the hotel plant, as well as tour operators, tour guides. Everybody has come back. We have our biggest challenge right now would be employees within the tourism industry. A lot of them have moved to work in different sectors because when tourism was shut down for COVID, they had to obviously find work. So what we're doing right now is to try and make sure that we can attract more and more employees within the tourism industry and train. So training is on the top of the priority list to make sure that that we can have enough human resources and a big human resources pool from which our operators and hotels can pick from.
Last week, it was officially confirmed by the chair of the National Environmental Appraisal Committee, Dr. Kenrick Williams, that it is not recommending that the Department of Environment issues the green light for the Port of Belize expansion project. That decision is said to have been scientifically supported by experts on the committee. That project was to include a berthing facility for larger ships that cruise lines have been clamoring for. News 5 has been reliably informed that construction activities for the cruise port at Stake Bank have been stalled. So will Belize be able to make the 2024 deadline? CEO in the Ministry of Tourism, Nicole Solano, says that there is concern for the cruise tourism plan.
Our perspective in the tourism industry, it's very important for us to have a cruise port where there's a berthing facility so that the cruise lines can actually dock and the passengers can disembark. Currently, as you know, they dock in port and they have to be tendered. So we know from the cruise industry that this is important. From our perspective, it isn't a matter to say which port. That is, we need to make sure that we can have a port so that the cruise tourism industry can continue into the future. It's very important that at the end of the day that there is a port facility with berthing facilities so that these ships can dock. So it is really going to be a situation now where we have to see which of the ports are going to be able to provide that and, open and make themselves available for that service.
After the break, celebrating 10 years of Compete Caribbean.
You have been a safe driver all your life when an unavoidable accident happens. But this does not mean that your insurance premium must increase. With RF&G's Accident Forgiveness Program, safe drivers will not lose their no-claims discounts because of those minor, unavoidable accidents. For more information on RF&G's Accident Forgiveness Program, contact us at 223-5734. When it comes to motor insurance, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
My lights, yeah. Go to my lights, go to my lights. You gotta go to my lights, yeah. I wanna shine, 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 shine. I hit my lights cause that's my plan, 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 plan. My lights have your favorite brand, 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 brand. Just come with nothing in your hands, 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 hands. My lights, and it goes on and on and on. It goes on and on and on, yeah. I wanna celebrate with my lights. Sing yeah, yo, baby, let's go. My lights. I wanna celebrate with my lights. Sing yeah, yo, baby, let's go. We going to the store, or we gon' do right. We gon' light a life, only with my light. We going to the store, or we gon' do right. We gon' light a life, only with my light.
I am.
We are.
All of us.
Together. 12 decades working to achieve health for all. Individually, collectively, universally.
This is our mission.
We stand together with all people.
In every community, every country, throughout the hemisphere.
Because we are healthier.
Together.
We are the Pan American Health Organization, celebrating 120 years of solidarity in advancing health and well-being, leaving no one behind.
Digi will be giving away over $50,000 in cash and prizes this Christmas. And we want you to help us spread the holiday cheer. This season, every prize winner gets the opportunity to pay it forward to a family or friend. It's easy. You win and you select someone to win the same prize. Now that's exciting. This Christmas, be gifted and pay it forward only with Digi. Season's greetings from our national telecom.
It's that time of the year when all that stands between you and all of this is...
Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5.
That's all it takes. Get your coupons at Channel 5 and Coney Drive and Channel 5's website. Then, starting Monday, December 5th, keep those phones close and tune into Channel 5 at 8 p.m. as we start our nightly giveaways until Friday, December 9th. Remember, when the phone rings, don't say hello. Say, give me 5.
A ceremony was held today at the Biltmore Plaza in Belize to commemorate the 10th anniversary of Compete Caribbean. But what is Compete Caribbean? It is a private sector development program that delivers innovative and practical solutions that stimulate economic growth, increase productivity, and fosters innovation and competitiveness while promoting economic inclusion. The Inter-American Development Bank serves as the vehicle for implementing benefits in Belize. And after 10 years, the program is being amped up to where Belize will be able to access up to $10 million for capacity building and project implementation. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Over the past 10 years, Belize's private sector has benefited from $4 million in funding from the Inter-American Development Bank through the Compete Caribbean Partnership Facility, which is working in 13 countries across the Caribbean region.
We invested these resources in 11 projects here in Belize, plus 3 regional projects that include Belize as well, in different sectors: shrimp, sugar industry, BPOs, different sectors that contribute to dynamize the economy. For example, in the case of the BPOs, the IDB supported the promotion of investment in the country and also drafted in legislation, and more than 3,000 jobs were created through this initiative.
A program that is in several countries in the Caribbean that is helping and assisting MSMEs, but also in the macro aspect, looking at the private sector in general, no? And so they have helped with capacity building and also assist in terms of accessing finance. And so some of the MSMEs have enjoyed some technological benefits from the program.
To celebrate its 10th year, the program is scaling up and will see more funding made available for projects that will look at digitalization in some sectors and improving capacity.
An upscale of a boot camp that was recently conducted has qualified Belize not to access a concessionary loan of $10 million that will be used to assist the MSMEs in Belize, and it will be implemented through a new central executing unit that will be within the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development and Investment, and that program will also be implemented through the Ministry of Investment and Beltrade.
The IDB now is scaling up these projects, and one particular project that we're scale up is about digitalization, and the IDB is contributing with the government with a $10 million program in order to digitalize firms, micro, small and medium enterprises, plus digitalizing the civil and the land registry as well.
And while the program helps to build the capacity of private sector stakeholders and businesses, accessing international markets continues to be a challenge. Beyond the traditional export commodities such as sugar, citrus, and bananas, there are issues of meeting market standards for exporting and looking to the other opportunities outside of the CARICOM trade bloc. Keynote speaker at today's event was Minister of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, Jose Abelardo Mai, who spoke of these same limitations.
It is important that we find a way to expand the export base, to look at non-traditional products, to look at niche markets, to see how small farmers can get in and export. So that is the challenge that we have faced as a country. And the agriculture sector, of course, looking at who we're exporting to. Again, it's a small group of countries. We export mainly to the US, to the CARICOM, the UK. These are the small pool. So expanding the base, diversifying the base, and expanding to other markets. Mexico has trade agreements with Central America, all of Central America. We, although in Central America, geographically, politically, we're a member of CARICOM, so we cannot be a part of these agreements. If we want to join as Belize, bilaterally cannot be. We have to join as a bloc, and that puts certain limitations, and that's why we are every day negotiating with the Guatemalans to expand the partial scope agreement, negotiating with Mexico to expand or to develop a partial scope agreement with them, even as we are improving economically, even as we're exporting, even as the economy is growing, contrary to what the IMF had said. We still have challenges.
Compete Caribbean also involves academia as well as the tourism sector. Tourism CEO Nicole Solano says that in early 2023, assessments will be done in Garifuna cuisine, drum making and dancing so that it can be marketed as a product to tourists from different regions.
Compete Caribbean actually has a program for the Garifuna Trail. So our small businesses in Dangriga and Hopkins will be benefiting under this program. So it is creating a trail, or a cultural trail really, for the tourists to be able to experience all the different cultures from business to business moving. So we have a marketing component, and they can learn about the Garifuna culture and experience activities.
I'm so excited, to see that academia is present, simply because in order for us to be able to move forward, we need scientific research and development. And who best to conduct scientific research and development than academia? They do have the experts.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
The 2022 to 2023 sugar crop is scheduled to commence in 2 weeks on December 19th. But still, there is no resolution to the impasse between the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association and the American Sugar Refinery, Belize Sugar Industries Limited. After almost a year of back and forth, in late October, both parties finally agreed to the services of a mediator. But it wasn't until last week that attorney Julianne Bradley was selected. Agriculture Minister Jose Abelardo May confirmed her selection and the expectations with the media today.
She was the mediator that both parties agreed upon. And today at 2 o'clock, you should have the first session, the first mediating session, today and tomorrow. If they have not arrived at anything after tomorrow, they will reconvene on Friday. But I am optimistic, and I do believe that there will still be a crop.
Sorry, but time is running out. We are
and that's why I'm saying that today and tomorrow is critical for the mediating teams.
Okay. So do you expect that, given the way things are playing out right now, there seem to be a breakthrough? I mean, this mediator is considered a breakthrough. Do you think that it will be ready in time for the proposed date, which is December 19th?
I suspect so. I think both sides want the crop to start.
The next few days are critical for the industry as well as the start of the upcoming crop. Agriculture Minister Jose Abelardo May says that each day without a resolution, both the miller and the sugarcane farmers are losing. Minister May says that the entire northern economy would be affected if there is a delay in the start of the sugar crop.
I don't subscribe to the thought that, BSI has long pockets and that they can wait more than farmer. I do not subscribe to that. BSI is there to milk in. BSI is there to make money. Every day that they lose, they are losing money. Or they're not making money. Because let me correct that. Every day they're not working, they're not making money. Every day farmer is not working, he's not making money. And so both of them have the same objective. They both want money. So I don't subscribe to that notion, BSI has longer pockets, they can wait. It's not like that. These people are in business to make money. So is the farmer. The farmer doesn't work for charity. The farmer works because of family. He make business, he wants to make business so he can send his kids to school. So both want the crop to start. I would say that the northern economy is being affected. The northern economy, not only the farmers, the business people who sell tacos, those who sell in the stores, the supermarkets, everybody will be affected. Not only the cane farmers or the associations, but the economy in the north as well.
The Ministry of Public Service and the University of Belize signed an MOU to collaborate on creating professional development courses for public officers. The first of these courses is titled the Public Service Induction Training, which is an orientation to the public service. The course is in its pilot phase and will run for a period of 3 months, targeting administrative officers. The induction training is in compliance with the Public Services On-Board Handbook, which sets out to process for the orientation of the new entrants to the Belize Public Service. We heard from Sandra Diaz-Cadle, coordinator for the Training and Development Unit at the Ministry of Public Service.
Induction orientation is a mandatory requirement according to our public service regulations. So the ministry recognized the need for a structured induction into the Belize Public Service, and we have developed a draft induction handbook, and this is a strategic guide to help new entrants. This handbook provides a checklist for administrative officers, or persons within the administrative grade who are responsible to ensure that these officers are inducted. We want to ensure that when we launch this program for new entrants, it's the best they're getting. And so we're doing the pilot, and we're doing the pilot with our administrative officers and AA who had done the sensitization training of the handbook. We're also including our senior management team. We are honored to be partnering with UB, our national university.
There's a new generation of learners. Students learn, participants learn at their own pace, their own, we do learning to accommodate their lifestyles too as well. So it's very flexible, it's flexible learning. So you could take 2 weeks, 3 weeks to complete the training session, or you could take somewhere around 3 months to complete it. It's really dependent on you, the participant.
When we return, U.S. Ambassador to Belize, Michelle Kwan presents her credentials.
Design Depot is committed to providing the best in essential items. We are offering special rates to those affected by Hurricane Lisa on GE freezers, washers, refrigerators, dryers, ranges, mattresses, Oran windows, and much more. Visit us today at Mile 3 Philip Golson Highway or contact us at 223-3768. WhatsApp us at 613-5581. Design Depot, all in one place.
Did you know that there's a way to protect yourself from getting the hepatitis B virus?
If left untreated, hepatitis B can cause chronic liver infection and put people at a high risk of death.
Fortunately, a safe and effective vaccine for hepatitis B is available for everyone.
Hepatitis B is not only life-threatening, but highly infectious.
It is spread through contact with blood and other bodily fluids from an infected person.
Common modes of infection include mother-to-child transmission during birth, having sex without a condom, using unsterilized tattoo or piercing equipment, or even sharing razors, washcloths, or toothbrushes.
Remember, a tiny amount of blood, too small to see, is enough to infect you with hepatitis B.
There is no cure for hepatitis B, and symptoms often do not present themselves early, so many people might not know they are infected. The only way to know is to get tested.
So talk to your healthcare provider about getting tested and vaccinated to protect yourself and others from hepatitis B.
Everyone is potentially at risk of being infected, so don't wait to vaccinate.
Visit any healthcare facility countrywide to speak with a healthcare provider about getting tested and vaccinated for hepatitis B.
Social Security, transforming service delivery.
My Social Security is your secure online account to manage all your Social Security information. My Social Security launched in March 2021 with registration service to apply online for new or replacement Social Security cards. Upgrades to My Social Security continues with a new look, enhanced customer experience, and its newest feature, Sickness Benefit Online application. With My Social Security, you can create your account, log in, and take control of your Social Security information. This includes applying for a new or replacement Social Security card for yourself, child, or dependent. Make appointments online and submit your complete sickness benefit claim package. Our customer care team is here to provide you, our valued customers, with real-time support. Connect with one of our customer care agents through direct messages on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or live chat, or follow our YouTube channel for more information, tutorials, and guides. A complete 360 view of your Social Security information is coming soon, which includes a new employer portal for employers, businesses, and self-employed persons, contributions history and statements, all SSB benefits, medical portal for registered doctors, and fingerprint enrollment all in one place. Social Security at your fingertips. The significant enhancement of service delivery to you is here. My Social Security.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
It's that time of the year when all that stands between you and all of this is...
Give me 5, give me 5, give me 5!
That's all it takes. Get your coupons at Channel 5 and Coney Drive and Channel 5's website. Then, starting Monday, December 5th, keep those phones close and tune in to Channel 5 at 8 p.m. as we start our nightly giveaways until Friday, December 9th. Remember, when the phone rings, don't say
hello.
Say, give me 5.
The last United States ambassador assigned to Belize demitted office in 2016 when the Trump administration took over the White House. Today, there's a new diplomatic representative at the U.S. Embassy in Belmopan. Ambassador Michelle Kwan has presented her letters of credence to Governor General Dame Froila Salam at Belize House. Kwan was confirmed as the U.S. ambassador to Belize in October, after U.S. President Joe Biden nominated her for the post in December of last year. Kwan has served the U.S. Department of State in various capacities and has had a distinguished career in public service, diplomacy, and sports. She has expressed her enthusiasm to work with Belize in furtherance of shared common goals, highlighting the strong diplomatic ties between the two countries. Ambassador Kwan was accompanied by Acting Deputy Chief of Mission Lorelei Snyder and the Political and Economic Chief Andy DeArmen. Governor General Dame Froila Salam has sworn in 3 members of the Judiciary. Chief Justice Louise Esther Blenman and Justice Minette Hafiz Bertram were sworn in on November 22nd. Justice Michelle Arana was sworn in on November 30th. Chief Justice Louise Esther Blenman was initially sworn in as the new Chief Justice on September 2nd. However, due to the recent passing of the Senior Courts Bill, which saw the restructuring of the Office of the Chief Justice, she was sworn in for the second time to assume her new role as the judicial leader for both the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal. Following the Chief Justice's swearing in, Minette Hafiz Bertram was officially sworn in as the President of the Court of Appeal. Justice Hafiz Bertram assumed the post of acting president in December of 2020. Justice Michelle Arana has now assumed the post of Justice of the Court of Appeal. While with the Minister of Agriculture, the media also asked for an update on the damage assessment to the agriculture sector following Hurricane Lisa. Minister Jose Abelardo May shares details on the final report on the impact of the natural disaster on the sector, which has been submitted to NEMO. He also gave an update on the Sembrando Vida program that will see farmers benefit from financial support.
We have submitted a final report to NEMO. That's the proper procedure. We've completed that study and submitted to them. I can tell you, I can't give you detail, but I will tell you that the area most affected was the Cayo area, where we have sugarcane, fruit trees, a lot of fruit trees along that path where the hurricane passed over. We were fortunate that much of the corn crop had already been harvested, thank God for that. We'd have suffered serious losses. We had some losses in soybean, but fruit trees was affected a lot. Yeah.
One of the plans under Plan Belize was the whole Sembrando Vida initiative. How is that coming along? Any updates on that?
The Sembrando Vida, the first disbursements is expected to be done in the next 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks, to the first, I think, 100 farmers. So the Sembrando Vida team is in Belize at this time doing the final preparations. They will start doing a verification, I think, this week. So that is well underway.
We have reported on agricultural encroachments that persist both on the natural corridors of wildlife as well as unexcavated archaeological sites. It's done by farmers who procure land and clear away the natural flora and fauna and whatever else they find in order to farm. Belize is not only heading towards becoming a more self-sustainable country, it is also becoming an exporter of food products. We spoke with CEO Servilo Baiza in the Ministry of Agriculture, who said that in order for there to be preservation while we develop, all the relevant ministries, departments, and agencies would have to come together and forge a plan for responsible development.
There's a cross-cutting theme amongst different ministries. It doesn't only affect agriculture. There is no, there's no, I would say, plan per se in terms of land use, right, within the government of Belize. If there is, I am not aware of it. But there are, we can say that there is 35% of our land can be used is good for agricultural production. We are only using about 15% right now. There is an initiative right now in CARICOM to reduce our food imports to the region by 25% by 2025. Not necessarily more land. We just have to be more efficient. So you might be able to use the same amount of land but just get more out of it. It's not only agriculture, it has to have natural resources. It also includes the Ministry of Sustainable Development, rural transformation. All of these ministries have to come together to address those particular issues. You hear all the time of people digging for a well, let's say, and they find a marine or something. So it's something that I really, myself, I think in terms of those things, we have to have, maybe a little bit more proactive. There's a lot of planning I think needs to be done, but it comes with development.
Well-known Belizean cyclist Marlon Castillo suffered an unfortunate mishap on the job today. Castillo was working in his meat shop, Marlon Castillo Quality Meats, located inside the Michael Finnegan Market in Belize City, when his right arm got caught in a meat grinder. He was rushed to the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital with his arm still lodged inside the meat grinder. He immediately went into surgery. When we visited the shop this afternoon, his family declined to comment on the incident. They only told us that they appreciate the thoughts and prayers that are pouring in at this time. Castillo has won many titles in cycling. In the last cross-country cycling classic, he placed 4th and was the second Belizean to cross the finish line. We will continue to follow. Just ahead, New Belize Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation executive elected, and End of World Race 2022 successfully held.
It's a state-of-the-art healthcare facility that provides highly specialized medical services. We are Quintana Roo's biggest private hospital with board-certified doctors and staff. Some of our services include cath lab, adult intensive care unit, neonatal intensive care unit, emergency rooms, operating theaters, ambulance services, and more. We are a medically accredited hospital by JCI, Accreditation Canada International, and General Health Council, providing extraordinary care in every specialty, from our cardiology department to our neurology center. We are focused on treating the entire person, body, mind, and spirit. Contact us at medicaltourism@hospitalgalenia.com or visit our website at www.hospitalgalenia.com. Come to Galenia Hospital in Cancun for a truly personal medical care experience.
Time to wake up. Time to prepare for the day. Time to learn. Time to make a difference. Time to look after yourself. Time to see your healthcare provider. Don't let cervical cancer stop you from unleashing your potential. Now is the time to get vaccinated. Now is the time to get screened. Now is the time to end cervical cancer. For more information, visit us at www.paho.org/endcervicalcancer.
How are we to measure the success of our lives? For many, an ordinary life should have the following: a job, a house, enough money to buy a new car. But what if we threw out the ordinary? What could escaping ordinary at our jobs do? How about for our marriages? What if I told you we could all be escaping ordinary? Join us as we begin our new series.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benque Viejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
It's that time of the year when all that stands between you and all of this is...
Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5.
That's all it takes. Get your coupons at Channel 5 and Coney Drive and Channel 5's website. Then, starting Monday, December 5th, keep those phones close and tune in to Channel 5 at 8 p.m. as we start our nightly giveaways until Friday, December 9th. Remember, when the phone rings, don't say hello. Say, give me 5.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart.
It's time to power your dollar with Smart. Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. The Belize Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation has a new executive. The federation held its AGM over the weekend when its leadership election was held. This is 1 week after hosting its annual Mr. Belize competition. Two-term President Myrna Paul Greenidge stepped down, and after the votes were cast and counted, veteran bodybuilder Guy Neal, co-owner of Neal and Gordon Gym, was elected the new BBBFF president. George Myvitt was elected assistant to the president. Dallin Jones was voted in as the executive director. Josephine Galt was elected as the secretary general. Nelson Young was voted in as assistant secretary. The new committee members include Godfrey Alford, Anlin Apollonio, and Abu Sese. We spoke with President Neal at his gym this morning about his vision.
The thing I really want to do for bodybuilding, it's always been a struggle to get, especially the female out. We need female bodybuilders. We need female bikini. And it's a struggle, but they look forward to work myself off to get some of those on the stage come Mr. Belize next year.
How do we rally sponsorship around this sport, make it attractive to the point that private entities and public entities may want to put their money behind?
Well, yes, the supplements always take a toll on you. It's very expensive. I could recall just a few years ago when I used to compete. If you don't have a nice enough job, or if you don't have good sponsorship, that's always the problem too. They have their own other expense, but I think with sponsorship, if you go very early, so that they can put it in a budget, and that's one of our problem. With nearly all sports in Belize, we don't go to the sponsors them early, and when we go late. Like next year now, January I going to them for Mr. Belize. Say to the public and the business entities out there that we ask for your support. The sports is very expensive. You give us the support, and we give you your name in the advertisement of the show. Thank you.
Horse racing is being revitalized in Orange Walk Town 2 years after coming to a standstill due to the COVID-19 pandemic. On Sunday, November 27th, the People's Stadium Horse Race Track came alive for the final race of the year in Orange Walk. 8 races were scheduled for the day, which included sprints and mid-distance competitions. Let's look at some highlights from the big races, and then we will hear from the organizer of the race, Mayor Ladrick Shepherd.
6 furlong, and they're off there, they go. There goes the early lead. Sees Princess Dan in the inside, takes the early lead. Right beside Princess Dan, you can see there that Kinetic is in second position.
We had 8 races in the program. One of the things I like to say, it was the last race for Orange Walk for 2022. It was well properly organized. Most of the big horses from the entire country showed up on that day. We had our small race like the 3 furlong race, the 4 furlong, 5. We had the sprint, which was quite a chaos, and then the final, the biggest race, which is the mile race. I know, so I must say that horse race has been picking up from since the pandemic in the past 2 years. It was shut down. I was influenced by the group of people that is behind horse race, like Mr. Gilbert Canton, also Mr. Enrique Hoare, along with myself and other people that have been violence so that the horse race can get back. I must say that the range walk race was quite exciting. The videos can tell exactly what happened, and we're preparing for the final race of the year, which is going to be at the Cusdon Racetrack in Burrelboom on Boxing Day, which is a traditional day for horse racing on the 26th of December.
Guns Cycling Club held its first race for the Christmas season on the morning of Thursday, December 1st. Many of these riders are preparing for the New Year's Cycling Classic. 34 riders formed the queue at the starting line in front of Old Belize, here in Belize City. They made their way to the Kobe Foundation just outside of Hattieville and back to Old Belize. Here is how that event went down, courtesy of Guns Racing Club.
We are here now, we are with Gravel Young, we are with Patrick, Butch, we are with Money, Wendell is right here. This is the front group. The main peloton is not pushing like these guys, so the main peloton will not catch. The Rocket tell me bring out the extra $100 because they get a win, but it's not over until the fat lady sings. Okay, there goes Moreira and Anthony Tun. They made their turn. There goes Mr. Moreira and there goes Mr. Tun. These guys are made their turn. There we go, Paulita Chavaria is right in it. These guys are about to close Kenna Moreira, about to close Moreira and to close Tun. You could see the determination on Clark's face. Clark is very determined to catch Kenna and to catch Tun, but he's followed closely by Mark. These guys need to rotate and help. And here we have Anthony Tun. These guys are the split in the middle. These two guys are the guys in the middle. Clark, he was trying desperately to catch these guys, but they were not caught. They were not caught. Tyrone Green is going to initiate it. Tyrone Green is going to initiate it. You stay way to the left. And I'll tell him to take off. Tyrone Green is initiating. Money is on his tail. Smokes is behind Money. Smokes is being smart. Smokes is marking Money's tail. And Smokes no, stay to the left, to the left. There goes the Raptor. Atlee is going. Atlee is going. Skinny is going. Atlee is going. There goes Kaboom. There goes Kaboom. Stay to the left, stay to the left. This is excitement. There goes Kaboom. Kaboom is going. Kaboom is going, but Smokes is marking him. Smokes is marking him. There goes the land. There goes the land. There we go, folks. Stop, 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 stop. There we go, folks. It's Smokes Sladden, followed by Dylan, followed by... All right. Smokes Sladden got that one, folks. Smokes Sladden got that one.
And that was a lot of excitement right there. Congratulations to the winners of that race. And to round things off for tonight's coverage, the 11th Run Belize Placencia End of the World Marathon and Half Marathon was held on Sunday. The run is a fundraiser event. All proceeds derived from the event go towards a scholarship fund that supports Belizean students. A total of 272 runners participated. 200 brave souls ran the half marathon at a distance of 13 miles, while 54 of the strongest and fittest participants in the 26-mile marathon. According to the official results, the top runner in the full marathon, Mauro Kukul, completed the 26 miles in 2 hours, 55 minutes and 10 seconds. The top runner in the half marathon, Albert Davis, finished with a time of 1 hour, 15 minutes and 59 seconds. We say congratulations to everyone who participated in that fundraiser event. Well, folks, that is all we have for you this week. Until next time, have a safe week.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.